Cleaning off your work surface between making sessions is an important aspect of any clay studio practice. The best way I've found to do it is to take a plastic scraper, scraping in the direction that I'm doing here. So I'm pushing the clay in front of the knife. It's sort of intuitive to do it this way and drag it across, but what I find as I watch people do this in the studio is that a fine cloud of dust is lifted in this direction, whereas this way I don't see that happen. Again, you don't want to breathe clay dust. It's not good for your lungs, and it's not good for everybody around you as well. So you're going to scrape up your scraps into a small pile. And what we're going to do with these is just put these directly into our slip container, and we'll add a little bit of water to make up for the dry material we're putting in. So I'm going to scrape this to the edge of the table into my hand, not on the floor. Put that in there, and I'll add a little bit of water to that to make this into usable slip. And then I'm going to sponge off my table section here so that all of the clay that's on the surface gets lifted up into the sponge and the space is ready for the next person. If my work area is really messy, I'll bring a bucket of water over, saturate my sponge. I'm going to squeeze it mostly so there's no water dripping from my sponge, and then sponge off my area. Depending on the last time this was done, you may need to rinse your sponge partway through. I can take a little bit of this bucket water, dump it into my slip container to make up for the dry material I put in. And the remainder of the water in the bucket, if you're working at home, you're just going to dump this in the grass someplace. Do not put this down the sink, as that silt will settle in your plumbing and eventually cause you a problem. If you're here at the studio, you're just going to dump this into the rinse barrel, wipe out the bucket, and put it back for the next person to use. Thanks.